Okay, so tonight I'm testing the Panasonic grip. I think it's called GR1, grip H1. This is the grip that is included with the Panasonic G100 and also with the new S5, which are kind of designed to attract people that do a lot of vlogging. So this grip is actually compatible with the Panasonic GH5 and G9. So right now I'm using a G9 to do a bit of test footage, and afterwards I'm going to illustrate you what comes in the box and what other bits are inside the package. What is interesting about this grip is that it is really small. It's like one of those phone grips, and it takes very little time to set up, and of course, because it's little, it also cannot take a lot of weight. It's only rated to 1.2 kilograms, but that's perfectly fine for your standard kind of zoom lens or prime lens that you may want to use for vlogging. In the box, there's the grip itself with this cable. This cable plugs in directly into the G100 and in the S5, I believe, but for the other cameras it doesn't. So there is an adapter to connect it to the shutter. It also comes with a little wrist lanyard that is quite useful, and with a pouch. So without further ado, I'll show you how to set it up. First thing is to obviously put the lanyard in place. You don't want to drop the camera, I guess that's the idea. And it's quite useful to have it around your wrist. The grip itself is quite easy to set in the camera tripod mount. Turn it until it's secure, and then very easy to adjust once it's in place. You can adjust it, maybe use the camera level to see if it's leveling up. That's your grip, and as I explained, this camera, which is a G9, does not have the direct micro USB attachment, so you need to use this little adapter here. So plug in and then use the remote shutter. This means that on the GH series and G series compatible camera, you won't be able to use the sleep button, but that's not a big deal really, to use such a button. So the idea is that you get your either use it on a table like this. It's very easy to set up, or you can also of course use it as a little walk around kind of little tool. I'll show you. It's obviously not the same as a gimbal, but it's much lighter than a gimbal, and it's quite easy to use it also for vlogging and to shoot. Facing yourself with the screen. So I'm gonna take an example and go walking now with the tool. As I said, there's two buttons. One is the shutter button to take pictures. The other one is the video recording button to take video. Unfortunately, there's no other controls like focus or anything like that. But obviously, this is 89 pounds. Accessory is not a gimbal and is much quicker to get going and set up compared to a gimbal. And I think that's what makes it really useful. So let's see and have a look at how does this perform. So let's see what it's like to work with this grip. Obviously it is not the same as having a full-blown gimbal, but this is also much lighter than a gimbal, and it doesn't take any time to set up. So here I'm walking around with my Panasonic 1260 Leica lens that sometimes come in a kit with the Panasonic G9, which is the camera that I'm using here. I'm shooting at 50 frames per second, try to avoid a little bit of wobble. Actually, for majority of people that just do a bit of vlogging and walking around, this is going to be totally fine and is much more lightweight and easy to pack than a gimbal. Okay, so I guess you've seen nothing amazing, but it is effective and is especially cost effective. So what can you use with this grip? Obviously together with your camera, because of the weight limit of 1.2 kilograms, it means that the camera weighing around 6 to 725 for grams, you're left with half a kilo for a lens. That's not little, but obviously this is not going to work with your large Sigma adapter lens. This is only going to work with macro four thirds lens. Obviously it's going to work with any very light primes, but it's also going to work, for example, with the Panasonic Leica 1260. That is the kit lens that comes with the G9 and with the GH5. So basically you've got all the bases covered, and here you go. You got a very effective accessory to basic controls of your camera and to help yourself with a bit of vlogging. I hope you find this video useful. It's a very useful accessory to have, in my opinion, for your camera. But I found that it's sold out in most places to buy on its own. So in the video description you'll find a link to Amazon. Amazon does have some of this in stock, so it's really easy to have it even next day directly at your door. I hope you like this video. If you did, please click like and subscribe to my channel. It's mostly focused on underwater, but during the COVID-19 lockdown, I've been covering a lot of other topics such as bird photography, wildlife, and photography and video in general. Thank you for watching.